everybody. It's nice to be back again on Real ParenTEEN. Yeah. Yeah. And tonight we have brought to you something so explosive.
Yeah.
We have brought them.
Oh yeah.
The teenagers. I like that. Us. Wonderful people representing, the teenagers. We have brought them because we want to hear from them. There's a lot of things that we're going to start with something tonight. So before I go on to introduce what exactly we're talking about tonight, I'd like them to introduce themselves. I'll start on you. Let's know your name and your age. We know you are all teenagers, but we want people to know.
My name is Dara Sweet. I'm 14.
Okay, Dara Sweet.
Welcome.
Okay.
I'm Lydia Star. I'm 16, 2017.
Okay.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Alright, my name is Simi. I'm 17. Yeah.
Family age. Yeah. The adult age. Good.
My name is David. I'm 19. I'll be turning 20.
Woo! Beautiful. So wonderful teenagers. We are parents here. Mrs. Audrey Lade.
Okay.
Okay.
Proud mom of those beautiful girls.
Yeah. So, well, I remain Olua Kelly. Okay. Nice to have everybody here tonight. Oftentimes we talk about teenagers being addicted to their telephones. Am I right? To their mobile phones and as well as the laptop. But when you tell them they're addicted, a lot of time them often will tell you no, they're not addicted. They know what they're doing on the phones, blah 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 blah. So fine, we have invited them tonight to talk about what they are seeing on the phone that they are so, addicted to, they are glued to. They will tell us every time that, they know what they are doing, they can't do without the phone, they don't see it as an addiction, but we parents do see it as an addiction. When it comes to a time that they will pick their phone and they just don't want to talk to anybody, they don't want to do any other thing, they don't want anybody calling them to do anything, all they want to do is stick with their phone. What is it that they see on that phone that is so loving, so addictive, that they don't want anything to disturb them? So we're going to hear from them tonight. And can we roll? Are you guys addicted to your phone? Now, when I say you guys, I don't mean just you. Teenagers, you have friends, you yourselves and your friends, your schoolmates. Teenagers generally, what is it about the phone that you are addicted to, even though you don't want to use that word addiction? Where do we start?
I'll start by saying that addiction exists, but not in every single case.
Please speak up so that.
I'll start by saying addiction exists, but not in every single case. For most people, it's like due to circumstance that we use it all the time. Like, for example, me, if I don't see my friends every day, my phone is a means for me to talk to them and do all that. If I was in a situation where, I can go to my friend's house today, tomorrow, if I as we're talking right now, I can go to my friends. There's no need for me to be talking to them on my phone. Like you guys grew up in a situation, in a community where you can talk to each other. Like you guys grew up together. Today, if right now, you go to your friend's house, talk to them, juice, 5G, everything. But me, I can't go to my friend. I'm stuck in the house for the entire day. You can't use the standards you guys used to go up to church house. That's when you guys were born. Till maybe the age of 20, that's when technology came out. But when I was born, technology was always around. So it's not normal.
Right. You brought it.
Exactly. So it wasn't normal for you guys. You guys didn't grow up with it. I grew up with it. It's like telling me somebody that grew up in wealth not to spend money because you grew up poor. Another example of this, okay, so that's 24 hours in a day. Every single figure I'm going to state, I'm going to over-exaggerate it. In 24 hours, let's say I sleep for 10 hours. That's not possible. But let's say I sleep for 10 hours. That's meaning 14 hours. Okay, let's say I clean up my room, take my bath, all that hygiene stuff. 2 hours. That's the maximum, except for me because me, I'm swimming back now. So that's 2 hours. That's remaining 12 hours. Okay. Let me say I socialize with my family at maximum 1 hour. That's even too much. So it's remaining 11 hours. Let's say I read a book. I read a book for 2 hours. That's reading a book for 2 hours is a lot. I can read a book for 30 minutes and I'm done in a day. But let me give it 2 hours. That's remaining 1 hour. Let's say I eat for an hour. That's too much. Remaining 8 hours. Okay, let me say I do something useful for myself for an hour. It's remaining 7 hours. What do you want me to do with the remaining 7 hours? If you see me sitting down using my phone for 7 hours, you think I'm addicted to my phone, but I'm not. I spend the
You don't see
majority.
behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I'm doing
I spend the majority of my day doing something useful. But what do you see? Is me using my phone for 7 hours. If you can, okay, for another example, there's this game FIFA on PlayStation. I would rather play actual football than sit down and play a game. But if I'm not in an area, if I'm not in a situation where I can play football, play physical football, obviously the next best thing is for me to tap it on my PS. If I can't talk to my friends, the next best thing for me to do is to use my phone and talk to them. If I want to get entertained, okay, I'll talk to my family for an hour. I have the rest of the day to do something. Okay, what can I do? I don't have the freedom of going out. Nigeria is a dangerous place. I don't have the freedom of walking on the streets to do all that. So the next best thing for me to do is to use my phone. Like during Corona, okay, if you want me not to use my phone, what do you want me to do? You want me to read a book? Okay, you tell me what to do. Tell me to read a book. Okay, I've read a book. What next? What do you tell me to do? Read a book. What next?
You know, no. Let me tell you, I pick sense on what you're saying, and that is why we are even brought this up in the first place. Because you said quite a lot, which is also what you are trying to do right now, right? Something has to fill that space. Do you understand? And like you said, when we were growing up, we had the games to play. I mean, our own time there was no mobile. Yeah, there was no mobile phones. Yeah, so there was communal living. You could go out and play, and there were so many outdoor games.
And security is least of our problem.
Thank you. Security was the least of our problems, unlike what we have now. And everybody is so afraid, not to keep your children, indoor and stuff like that. But you see, parents are also worried. We are very worried. We want you, to do things that are physical. I know that you want to connect with your friends online, but is there anything, because whatever keeps you on that phone, is there anything else you can do? Do you understand? As a substitute. Do you get what I'm saying? That you can say, okay, if you guys provide this, you reduce the amount of time. Do you understand? Good. We'll come back to you. Yes, let's hear from you.
Well, first of all, I don't think it should be reduced because we should have both of them. The alternative you're talking about and also the phone, because there's sometimes you feel like maybe I want to go out. That's like the only alternative to having a phone or using a phone. Going out to with your friends and now, like you said, we can't do that because of security. Yeah. Like the other day I wanted to go to Sky Mall. My mom was like, send me a picture instead. So like send me a number. I was like, I'm just going to Sky Mall. I should go there. So we can't. Let's say that is out of the question. And that's basically what we do. And even though we have alternatives like games, books, there's still time that we need to use the phone. And we're using the phone not just for contacting our friends. Like for me for example, I read a lot on the phone. Like I have ebooks. We don't have the luxury of buying hardcover books, so I read it online, or I even read webtoons like comics. I read that. I also listen to music a lot. You can't do that physically. It's not like I can start playing music just because I'm listening to it. I just went other things I enjoy from, not just contacting people. So it's like I'm doing a whole lot of things on my phone, not just one thing.
What you see is that we're present at home. What we're doing at the same time is we're reading. What we're doing is we're playing games. What we're doing is we're surfing the internet. What we're doing is we're learning. But to you, all it looks like is we're present at home. But it's a lot more than that.
Earlier, that was just using my phone. I was reading because I
That's what
Yeah,
you do.
but
You are
it's
very
different.
brave.
Yeah, no, it's different. The books you will find on your phone are not that the ones you can find.
The book.
And no, what I'm saying is, if there's any particular book, okay, have you tried to find out if you can get the physical copy?
Yes, I have. It's not available in Nigeria.
And you order.
Okay, so compare the cost of ordering.
Exactly.
To just reading.
So,
Why would I-
and
Just I mean, I'm just reading on my
Why would
phone.
I spend hours and hours and
Ordering, I'm waiting for a book. When I
Let's
can
say,
just read
let's
on
say
my
the book
phone at
is even
once.
in Nigeria. Why would I spend so much time looking for the book
Money.
when I have the book
Right here on my phone in a couple of seconds.
Well, I won't use it because my mom says I'm addicted. No, that's not. You guys grew up with a certain standard. You guys grew up without this advantage. So if I grew up with it, it's like telling me, no, don't use this because I didn't grow up with it. But now, see me as I am, I grew up with it. You guys are telling me not to use it because you didn't grow up with it.
It's
Those
like
are-
taking away part of
when
it.
I have children, it's even better for us. Because when I was like 10 and below, I didn't use a phone call. When I have children, before my child reaches 1 year, that guy will probably know how to use phone more than me. So, and I can't judge him for it because I grew up like, I'm 17 right now. When I was 5, that's probably when phones started ringing, all that technology, the internet, all that. But when my child was born, even before they were born, the internet was popular, the internet was blooming. So I can't judge it. Like, if that boy is using phone throughout, that's his normal. He came into life and he saw phone. So he used it.
Was born into
He was
it.
born into it.
Actually, what we are trying to like avoid is security on the next. What do you do to pop up stuff that's not ideal?
Especially because it's always blocking for notifications. I just can't do it.
See, I feel like it goes back to what people, parents think that, okay, every time your child is using his phone or if it's a person is always talking to it's not always in time. Most of the times I'm on my phone, but 70% of the time I'm not in time. I'm reading a book, I'm playing a game, I'm learning something. It doesn't have to be, and where I learn things don't pop up. You know, and I feel like the act of things will pop up eventually, of course. So that's where self-control
So you
comes in.
are getting value. That's what
We are getting that's the thing. We are getting value for what we do. If you're not getting value, you won't just sit there. I mean, there are teenagers that have made millions. There are teenagers that are actually making it just by being online, just by using their phones. There are teenagers that are making ways for themselves. And we know that this is the technology age. You know, the age you guys grew up in was the old age. People were had to do physical things to make money. Now it's the tech age. We have cryptocurrency. You can't make any money with cryptocurrency if you're not on your phone. You have to be on that one. You have to be watching the market. You have to. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things besides copying of another. Of course, there's always a dangerous part.
I understand and I agree with you to a certain extent. I do agree with you. However, how do you explain when you're in the midst of your friends
I'm ready for
and
this.
yes, you are all still pressing the phone?
Wait, I can have
You're
this.
still an individual in the middle of
Yes,
in the midst of
when you're supposed to be
your
socializing
Yeah.
with your friends, okay, maybe you have an outing, do you understand? Yes, you are all sitting down and everybody's heads are bowed and you know everybody's just busy pressing. How do you explain that?
Like I said, it's a standard I grew up. I want to give like 3 points. The standard I grew up with. If you guys, okay, let me put us in the same area, the
I
same.
said, why is it that when you're in the midst of
Yeah, let me put us in the same situation. Let's say you go out in your days, you go out with your friends, you're talking. In your bags, in your pockets, you don't have a phone in your pockets. You don't have a phone in your bag. But in my day, when we go, we have phones in our pocket, we have phones in our. If you have an option, you would most likely choose it. Like, if you're with your friends for 4 hours, and you have an option of doing something else, okay, obviously it's not like I'm still with my friends who are out and throughout all I'm doing is my phone. Then why did I go out in the first place? Earlier I said addiction exists. It's true, addiction exists. What I'm arguing for is that addiction doesn't exist in most cases. And 2, when you're seizing my phone, you're not seizing it because you saw me with my friends and I was tapping my phone. That's not what you're seizing. You're seizing it because you see, like, you just see me lounging around the house, tap, tap, tap. You know that's really why you're seizing it. When I'm with my friends, if I'm using my phone, it's most likely, okay, we've talked.
There's
want to
nothing else
feel
to
the
say.
silence.
There's nothing else to
So
say.
it can get awkward sometimes. So that phone being there,
It just feels that
yeah,
space,
it's like okay.
space.
So we're not talking like it's a bit awkward. Okay, let me just turn on my phone. That makes it neutral for both of us. If you see something on your phone that's interesting, you bring up the topic. You start talking. I won't
About
blow
it,
you off.
yeah,
Hmm?
for real.
Exactly. You
I won't
start showing
blame
your
you.
friends that
Mhm.
So if
you
you-
start discussing.
The phone itself is even a mechanism you can use to even talk more. When you're days, if you guys awkward, it's awkward. That friendship might even deteriorate.
From there, because like
But for us, because that phone is there, that phone even falls in that space.
And besides, there are even some games that you can play with your friend, like everybody has one, and then you just start playing. It makes it more interesting because if you get bored or tired of talking, you can do other things together. So
I feel like parents even exaggerate this whole addiction thing.
Yes,
As you said, it's not exactly addiction. When we are with our friends mostly, most of us really just hang out with our friends. We are free. When we pull out our phones it's to take pictures, to make videos,
Do something.
and all of that. It's really, and if it's something that we are doing together. The only times parents see that okay, we have people around our present our phone is when those people are not exactly our friends. They are strangers, and then they see us. Of course, you can't expect me to meet a stranger and just put my phone in my pocket and just begin to.
Yeah,
No, I have
it's
to.
really weird.
Sometimes, in fact, it even comes about that. If I meet someone for the first time and you're just trying to like talk to me, it will seem somehow it come up as desperate to me, and I wouldn't even want to talk to you at first. So that's present phone when you're with a stranger. I don't think it's going to be a problem like that.
No, I think even aside, that
Okay.
when you are even in the house, maybe you're asked to do a chore or there's something you're supposed to do, you realize that you're not even doing it. What you are doing is you are pressing the phone.
I
So
think
that is what gets at parents.
Those are
I think
our
what will help.
concerns.
I think what will help is that they ask us that what are we doing on the phone. Because we could be doing something that was really important
Do
and
you even have
urgent
time
at
for
that moment.
family? Remember what Simi was saying earlier.
Maybe just an hour, for families to socialize
what I was
with
doing
family.
with that hour thing, I was trying to calculate how many hours I have
Left after doing
But
all
even
this
if I
stuff.
make it 4 hours with the family, I think I had 7 hours in total,
Yeah.
addition of 3. I would have 4 hours remaining. So let's say I spend 4. I'm not saying 4 hours just like you. How are you? I'm talking about sitting down,
Healthy
gisting. Yeah.
Family
1
time.
hour. If you sit down with let's say you sit down with your daughters, an hour. If you guys sit down and talk for an hour, you feel that's like proper sitting down and talking for an hour. You feel that's like you've got to
That's
spend
so
some time
cool.
together, right? Okay, now let me account for the normal talk, small talk of the day. 3 hours. So now we have 5 hours of the day remaining. If I sit down and use my phone, you think I'm addicted for 5 hours?
I think parents come in at the wrong time, seriously. Every
For real.
single time, when I'm doing something else,
They don't
my
come.
mom will enter the room. But when I'm on my phone, that's where she will enter. I do.
And then they now
Like,
judge you based on
exactly,
those few minutes
that-
that they see you. It's not
Is it
addiction.
like you have a timer or something that?
When
I haven't heard your voice. What do you have to say in all of this?
I'm just agreeing with your
You agree with them, right? Okay. Yes. Ms. Odori, there was something you wanted to.
Exactly what you
point
brought
out.
up the other time, that one of our concern has been, you need to organize your time. Because to me, I see it as if you are left alone, you can be with this phone for
24 hours.
24 hours.
Oh, really?
And
That's
there are
not true.
times that
That's
this
not true.
really exasperates us, and then it's like you are given something to do, chores to do, and most times you are busy pressing the phone. There are times that you are able to maybe called upon to cook or to do other things, and you've forgotten about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the whole thing we've had a lot of
Burnt offerings.
so those are the real concerns that
Yeah.
parents, we understand your season, we understand the technological age that you have, but we want you to organize your day,
Yes.
your time. There is even the Bible says
There's
that
time for
there is
everything.
time for everything. After we have seen you as parents do so many other things, maybe interact with us. In fact, some of my daughters, sometimes once she comes out in the morning after devotion and she goes back inside the room, so even bring her out of that room, yeah, it's something else.
You are more
Do you-
comfortable there. That's because
Exactly, you have the phone.
No, it's not even when I'm on my phone. Like during this period, I'm not on my phone. Most of the time, I stay inside the room. It's just like our zone. Just feel
Yeah, that's true. I see my own.
outside
That's
somehow. It's
You're
just-
more comfortable.
Yeah, inside
your
there.
Inside there. Your
Right.
space. I like
And
that.
besides,
Your
you
space.
can control-
They've created a space.
Yes,
I
and
like
you
that.
can
We
What
actually,
baffles me.
yes, we
It
respect that.
baffles me. We respect that, but in our own time, I still keep going back to our own time.
Yes.
Can't just stay in my room and say I'm comfortable alone in my room. I'm
You
comfortable.
know, I think it's what Wesley was saying,
Yeah.
that you couldn't have the option. Most of you grew up.
But we do
In that
have
community, most of you didn't
TV.
grow
We
up in
have
the
living
rooms.
room where we have family TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Even
you
the
can't
living
be-
room.
Exactly.
But now we have our
We have our own
TVs.
room.
Yeah, exactly. Every single person has their own little TV. So you know,
Okay.
if you have the option of okay,
This is serious.
Watching it with everybody or watching by myself.
so everybody has
myself.
different options. You want to watch this, I want to watch this, I want to watch football, the girls want to watch people dancing and all that. So if I don't want to argue, yes, Zero that time, I don't feel like watching
We
Zero.
do know what
So
zero.
if I don't feel like watching Zero or Telemundo or something, and I have my phone, how would I spend time forcing myself to watch Zero or Telemundo when I can just chillax
to anything you
switch to
want.
anything,
Watch anything.
exactly, watch anything I want to. Like that option even goes on. And you said something about something about offerings that we get distracted. That thing works with everything. I think it's because of phones that parents are highlighting it. Okay, let's say I'm cooking and something burns. If I was just with my friends, that thing is still done. I wouldn't remember it because it's not that I forgot it because it's my phone. If I'm just with my friends, I would also forget it. If I'm sleeping, there's no way I would remember.
For real. I think what he's saying is that self-control is self-control. If a person doesn't have self-control when talking to his friends, he won't have self-control. So it's just, that one is an issue of self-control.
So you need to learn self-control, right?
Generally.
Generally.
Not just with
No,
phones.
it's not just with phones at all.
For real. It's not, that issue is not just with phones, it's a general issue of self-control. So a person that has self-control is generally in his other areas of life.
You know, something just
Have
came to
self-control.
mind again. You said earlier, really, Esther, that it's not just to talk to friends, you know, on your phone, that you also read on your phone. But you see, one of the concerns that we parents have is that, yeah, you might be reading on your phone. What do you read? Because I've listened to quite a number of parents who would say, you know, their children's phone distracts them from studying, you know, the academic materials.
Yes.
Do you read your school textbooks on your phone? How come that when, okay, for somebody who didn't have a phone, how do you explain this person was doing very well academically, you know, and all stuff. But by the time the parents get a phone for this person, the level begins to drop. Do you understand? Your school notes, your academic works, do you study them on the phone? We know that some schools sometimes they do give you assignments, Google class and stuff like that. That's assignment. The actual study, you know, that you really need to sit down and study. Do you do that on your phone? The answer is no. And this has negative impact on your academic growth. So we are also concerned about that because it goes a long way as well. We want you to do well academically. We want you to be well-rounded. In every sphere, we want you to do well. You know, but you don't get everything on the phone. Then aside that, what about the other side of this phone you're using, your site? Don't you think that looking at the screen all the time?
Hazard.
Yes.
Okay.
You know?
Yes, that recycling is obviously it's one of the disadvantages, but it's not something that can be controlled. You're using your phone because you want to achieve something. So I'm using my phone because I want to talk to my friends. I'm using my phone because I want to be entertained. I'm using my phone because I want to learn something. All that comes with the disadvantage of the UV rays, the light shower damaging my eyes. Okay, but there's nothing I can do about it.
You can do something,
And
because that thing can lead to blindness in the
No,
long
I
run.
feel like it's an
Sign of
exaggeration.
exposure.
No matter how much I've been using my phone for years, I've been using it.
How old are you that
No, but I feel like even adults
Yeah.
have been looking at screens for years. Look at people outside.
I think that's why I ended up with this.
If you like what we do on Real Parenting, please subscribe. Click on the bell button so that you can be notified whenever we make a new post. Like, put in your comment, and please share with others. We will appreciate that. Thank you.
I don't know, but I feel like
I can
the
tell you
light
first.
from the phone is not enough to damage your eyes.
Especially when,
That's
that's
why
why,
it's
let me tell you,
It's an
especially,
exaggeration.
no. Especially when you use this in the dark. You're advised not to use your phone in the dark. I hope you know that. But guess what? A lot of you use it in the dark.
Wait, the people using it in the dark, why are they using it in the dark? You can switch on the lights in your room. So I feel like if you're using your phone in the dark, that one is more of a case of addiction. Because as I am seeing, I know it's bad to use phone in the dark. So I'll just switch on the lights in my room. That doesn't stop anything.
How many of you do that? Do you switch on?
It's always on.
It's on.
It's always on. It doesn't need switching.
I feel like there's a way to manage that eye you do. I think I'm not sure about this, but I read somewhere that okay, when you're looking at your phone for like 1 hour or something, look somewhere else for about the same amount of time too. So if you're able to balance that, the eye effect doesn't really.
That's what we're talking about. The balancing.
But we don't. That's what he said. In a day, most of the time, you only use a phone for like 5 hours max. So we are looking at everywhere else.
Not even that. Okay,
That's what it looks like. It's 24 hours. But the truth is like 5 hours. You only see us for those 5 hours. The other times we are sleeping, we are doing something else, we are doing chores.
When I'm using my
doing
phone,
something
most
else.
of the time when I'm using my phone, you guys are looking like out of 100% of the time I'm using my phone, 90% of the time that's when you guys are
I'm
talking.
looking at it.
So that 10% I'm probably in my room. I'll be exercising, I'll be reading, I'll be drawing, I'll be writing.
Talking to people.
Yeah.
You know why, one of the reasons why this thing bothers me. When I was growing up, our own age, we had this bonding. Do you understand? Because the phone wasn't there. Okay, technology wasn't what you have now. It was just brewing. Maybe very likely. You understand? It's not explosive. The head. We have the telephone. Remember the video I said your telephone. You know, so we had the telephone then, right? And it was just the telephone. Hello, period. You couldn't do all these things just being on mobile phone. So we had the television, and we had lots of games that developed the brain. You understand that? Creativity in those days. Now, with the use of even concerning your academics as well, in those days, you would use your brain. If you have an assignment,
homework,
you would have read like 3-4 textbooks to get the answers to your assignments. And in so doing, you are learning more. Now you can even just click.
Exactly.
Click. You don't need to read too much.
I feel like
your
that's
friend.
just the short score. Instead of reading 1 or 2, like 3 textbooks, like you said, it's still the same thing we're learning.
It's not.
It is.
No, I'll tell you why it's not. In the process of trying to get answer to this, I learned some other things. Do you understand? I go through the process. I'm not just jumping to the answer, which is what Google will give you. Whatever they give you, just type it. The answer is there. You can even print it. You don't need to stress your brain. You understand? But in those days, you would read, you would understand more. It's like internalizing it. Internalizing it. Do you understand? Sorry, let me just line. You learn more. And apart from that, because we did not have access to this, of course we had our own games, like I said earlier, but we were able to bond. We have memories. We did a lot of things together. We quarreled, we fought, we argued, we do all sorts. There was no, I just want to be by myself, and that is why, honestly, I really don't know. I don't know if you can help me out. What you have now is like, in your own world,
in your own world, you know? Do you have memories in individual
Individual
worlds?
You know,
And that's
people
not
don't
one
exist in those
global
worlds.
village.
We talk to people on the phone. The phones have helped us connect to people more. We are able to, most of us have friends outside the country. It wasn't possible in your phone, it wasn't possible in your generation. We have friends, most of us are friends now, friends from childhood. So we're able to keep in touch with them. Why? Because of these same things. So I feel like when people say that we do not socialize, it's not true. It's not true. We socialize, we do all these things, we just do them online. So the fact that people don't see us doing them does not mean we do not do them. It's just that we do them online. Even people that seem like okay, they're always in their phones, they have friends. The friends are just not coming to their houses. People play games with their friends online. People read books, they do these things. You see, whoever are the programmers behind these things, they have built communities online that we can do the things we love along with people. So we are socializing, just not in the way that I
Do you have virtual friends?
Yes,
I do.
I've had friendships
Alright.
online. Like, I've never met this person in my life.
And you will never have a chance to meet that person in real life. People
I've
have helped me. I will never, if I never had a phone, I would never have had a chance to meet. I would never have had a chance to, get such value as I've gotten from them. So I feel like
I've built
What
entire
do you know about
friendships with.
online safety?
No,
Because
as a parent.
meeting,
No, I'm not even trying to meet. Like, I think there's a certain age you get to that you have to use your brain, you have to be sharp. You know that you can't go and meet a random person online. Like, even younger people are getting to understand that. Like, my cousin Daniel, he's sharp. He's very sharp. So, it's not like you can text him like, yo, my guy, come to this place. Obviously, in today's time, you can't do that. It's everywhere dangerous. What I'm even trying to say is that I've built friendships, and friendships have been destroyed with people that I met online. What I'm trying to say is that the entire community you guys grew up in is not the community you grew up in. You guys grew up in a community where you can see each other every day. So even if they give you guys phones, you guys would use it, but you wouldn't have so much of a reason to do it. If you want to play football, you can literally call the people, you guys, let's go to the field at this time to play football. But in my time, you can't do that. So if I want to play football, play FIFA with them online. If you want to talk to your friends, you just go to their house, you yarn them, all that. But in my time, I can't do that, so I call them. Even if you had a phone, why would you call them after you just went to their house? You'd be with your phone and you'd be talking to them through. It's not possible.
You know, there was something Simi said, I think last week, we were having this discussion, and it was like, we should consider their mental health. That, for instance, those of them that finished maybe exams last year, what do you want us to do?
Let me talk about that.
Okay.
When I was in school, I asked my mom, I begged to become a boarder. Why did I beg to become a boarder? My phone is at home. If I'm truly addicted, I wouldn't want to become a boarder. But I begged to become a boarder so I can stay in that community that you guys had. I didn't have my phone. I couldn't be going on the internet looking for answers. But I knew what was going to happen if I become a boarder. But I still wanted to become a boarder. That shows you guys that
it's not an addiction.
It's not an addiction.
Right.
If you take away our phones, okay, put us in that area, put us in that community where we have the people we want to talk to, where we have things to do. Exactly. I wanted to become a boarder. In most people's cases, their parents force them to become boarders. I wanted to become a boarder so I can see my friends every day, so I can gist them every day. I graduated last year, October. Without my phone, what would I do? It's scientifically proven that if you don't have any human contact for some time, you will run mad.
Yes.
In fact, I think it's the day, like the full day. In fact, if you have no human contact, if you don't talk to anybody, including your family
It will
members,
affect your mental
it will
health.
affect you mentally. You will not be okay at the end of the day. So now put in my situation. I've been at home for 7 months plus. I didn't have my phone. I only had my family. My mom has to go out. My younger brother has to go to school. My dad has to go out. My brother is not in the country. What would I do for the entire day? I would read a book. There's this book, The Lord of the Flies. That book is extremely boring. But I read the entire book. I read the entire book because I had my phone was 100%. I had games, I had data. But I didn't use it. I read the entire book. That shows you I'm bored. If I'm using my phone, take the phone away from me and tell me something else I can do. Read the book, I read the book. Play football. Who do I play with? Okay, let me go. If I go to
Go to
okay, if I go to Aptech, what am I doing? I'm learning how to program. What am I? But I'm programming it on the laptop, on the phone.
Taking you further away from people.
You're taking me. No, not even that. You're taking me to an area with people, but what are we doing? We're not talking to each other. We are using our phones. So that one doesn't even count. If you say, okay, see me, but I don't know how many times I've told my mom, if this school has a year 13, send me back. Why? Because I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with reading. If you decide to take my phone away from me, then make me bored. I will be happy. Like, if you want to exchange this, I will take your phone. I'll put you in a community where you talk to people. If I'm on my phone, no matter what I'm doing, I'm looking at people do it. I'm looking at the exploits of people. I'm talking to people. It's not like I'm watching robots do something. If I'm playing games, I'm playing as a person. If you say, okay, let's switch. You're playing FIFA, go and play with football. You're playing Call of Duty, okay, go to war in real life.
Yeah.
You're playing Fortnite, okay, you have the ability to fly and do all that. Obviously, I prefer to do it in real life. Meta, what Mark Zuckerberg is working on, he's trying to create all these things that you can't do in real life in virtual reality. Every single person will be interested in that. Yeah. If you're a lame person, you can't walk. But on Meta, you can walk.
What you do, it just enhances real life.
Exactly.
So I feel like that problem that parents have with children is not the problem is not with phones, it's with self-control.
Exactly.
Because the problem is not our phones. Children that have self-control, whether their phones there or not, they will do the things they are supposed to do. But people that do not have self-control, even when phones are not there, they will still not do the things that they're supposed to do.
Like, you called someone so many times and someone is not on his phone. Why? Because he's in the presence of people, he lives with his friends. So he wouldn't have any reason to be on his phone when he can talk to different people every single day. You're my mom, Popsy is my dad, Bonnie is my brother, Thomas is my brother. I've known you, I'm 17. I've known you guys for 17 years.
Really?
Yes! there are probably things about you I don't know, but that's probably because you don't want to tell me. There are probably things about Buddha I don't know. That's probably because he doesn't want to tell me. There are probably things about a lot of people that I don't know. That's probably because they don't want to tell me. Everything you're willing to share, I already know it. So if we sit down and we're talking, what we're talking about, it's about something you saw on the internet. It's not going to be about, oh, okay, my friend did this thing, my friend did that. We're not in that community anymore. Our neighbors, we don't
The world has changed.
Exactly. I don't know. I can't mention the son of anybody living in the next house. If we're that, like, if we have dinner and they can come over, I don't need to be using my phone. Why am I texting them if I can see them? All my friends.
I think they need to tell us, give us, suggest to us what are the things you can do, because we need to bring back the community. Do you understand?
Yeah.
What are the things you think? Because
What do you
if you in
require
your
of us?
generation, if you are like this, what will happen in your own children's generation?
Exactly.
Do you understand?
So that's what we're trying to
Exactly.
avoid.
The
What do you
solution.
need? Yeah.
The solution for children that are still in secondary school, just put them in hostel. Like most of them.
What we are doing, everything we are hearing.
And I feel like the first solution is to solve the security of the country. That will solve so many things. Like we want to go out, we want to go to boarding schools. The solution is just security. We're able to do
It's
so
mostly
many other
relationships
things.
with other people.
So if there's security, you can go
You
out
can go
more.
out.
Not
Yes.
everybody
Yes.
can, being worried.
Yes.
You can, mix up, socialize with friends, right?
Like obviously, addiction will build at a point. If I have nothing else to do and I'm using my phone all the time, when I'm in the midst of people, it becomes habit to use my phone. So you can't blame me for that. But if I'm always in the midst of people, I will get tired of using my phone.
Okay, let's look at now that we really wish, we hope that the security situation will get better. But it is what it is right now. What do you think we need to do? We need to maybe parents come together, organize maybe social whatever every now and then.
You know, I feel like parents of this generation they are bent on secluding their children. if you look around, you see that that's what people are trying to do. They're moving into estates. What are they trying to
And
do?
because of
Build
security.
out. So I feel like
It's
okay, let us
security.
build communities then. Let parents come together, build communities, build clubs. Let us
Yeah.
encourage our
If you do
children
something,
to
Clubs.
if you
yeah,
do
encourage our
something, if
children
you
to
do
join
something
those clubs.
direct,
Yeah.
To join the
To
please,
join
yeah.
those clubs.
if you do something direct,
Sorry, just a minute.
We
You said what?
we should build clubs. We should encourage our kids to join those clubs. We should encourage them to actually participate.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, phones are addictive. If they are addictive, and if they do not push these children to do things outside of them, they
Yeah.
will not do it. So if you want us to be up to phones, then at least from younger age, push us to do these things.
Okay.
After a while, we get used. We will know how to balance it.
Okay.
Teach us self-control.
Yeah.
Because if you do not teach us, we will not know it. So you teach us self-control and then help us to know how to balance things.
Okay.
And when you've given us how to balance things, leave the phone with us and you will see that we will use it. But we won't do it at the expense of other things.
Okay.
We will use it responsibly.
Not really that. If you want to call your child, if you want to say your child is addicted to the phone, before you go and tell them they're addicted to the phone, think about it like, okay, what can I tell this person to do instead of using
You
the
have
phone?
an healthier
Exactly.
Yeah,
alternative.
healthier
Don't say read a book. Remove the option of reading from your mouth. And what do you think you'd say? What would you say? Let's say you have an only child. That person is using a phone. You want to approach them. You're addicted to your phone. Stop using your phone. What would you tell them to do? Don't say go and read
What
a
about
book.
going out together?
Going
Maybe
out.
you go and watch
Really?
it.
Okay, go to go and watch a movie. Mommy, if you tell me to go and watch a movie, there's no way on this earth I will say no. So go and watch a movie.
You give me the money.
No,
Take
even
me
if
there,
yeah,
man. I'll go
exactly. Even
now.
if it's to go with you, not go with my friends. That's not what I was saying. No, we'll go okay. Now I'm back. The next thing I'm using my phone. What will you say?
Go and watch a movie again.
Alright.
Let's start.
We have the whole of the night.
Okay, exactly. Okay, let's say I go and sleep. I'll sleep for 2 hours. I'm awake. What do you want me to do?
You watch CNN, man. And listen, you know what is going on in the world around you.
Okay. At the age of 17, I have no interest in CNN.
Zero interest. I think that interest only started like
Exactly.
or something.
But even if that CNN that you guys are watching, I'm getting CNN on Instagram. I'm seeing whatever is happening with the people I'm interested in. You're interested in seeing the states of the world. I'm interested in seeing the states of the people I love, like my friends, all that. So I'm getting, I say, okay, let's say I don't actually go and watch CNN. What next? I'm using my phone. What will you tell me to do?
Who's CNN again?
You can't tell me to read a book, bro.
Oh,
I think
me
we
to-
might need some external
We will have to round up now. Okay, even the video would have to be divided into 2 parts. One round, but this is not by any means exhaustive. We will still find a way to, continue. You understand? Because this is very interesting, and I think we've been able to pick 1 or 2 things from you teenagers, and at least you know how we feel. We want to have family time with you. We want to be able to sit down, we talk together, let's
want
share.
you to create your own
Your world.
24 world.
No, we don't
yourself,
want that.
you know?
Do you understand? That is what parents feel. Do you understand? We want you, you are teenagers, you are children, want to share part of your world. Why are you smiling? What's making you tick? What's troubling you? We want that. Okay? We long for that. So we want to be able to build that family bond. It's painful for us as parents, seeing you guys gradually move away. Do you understand? And a lot of parents feel like, gradually they're becoming irrelevant. You don't talk to them. You understand? You rather talk to this. You share your feelings with this. You have virtual friends. When they even call you, you are angry. You're upset that, oh my God, they are disturbing you. It wasn't so in our time. Okay, so we want this back. Even if not totally, we understand what you are saying now.
Yes.
Truly, look at your mental health also matters. You need to relate with people because of the security challenges we have here. It's not easy going to relate with friends and all that. So a lot of times you are on your own, and you must relate anyway. So you do that via your device, right? We understand that, but please, like David said, we need to help the children with self-control. We need to help with self-control, and helping them with self-control is not just when they get to teen age. It starts from when they are very young, gradually, so that they can do something. I mean, whatever they do, they'll be responsible with it and learn to balance things. You should have control of everything. You should be able to say, you know what, I'm not doing this. You know what? Have you ever tried it one day to ask yourself that, okay, if I don't use this phone throughout today, what will happen?
Yes, no, I actually tried that once in a while. I don't know if it's just me or if it's still that.
Thank you, phone fast day.
I try to stay away from social media specifically.
And see what will happen.
Nowadays is how to stay away from the phone totally. But social media, I try to like give myself breaks. Okay, 1 week I won't use social media.
Yeah, and what happened? Did you do that?
Of course there is. Social media is a different topic really, because you know it's its own world. Besides
Social media is basically everyone you know.
I know.
For you guys, not everyone you know, because you can go to this person's house. I don't have a car, I can't drive, I don't have a license. If I drive then somebody will die.
Definitely.
For right now, social media is like the easiest way for me to talk to somebody. So, except I can just speak to you guys for the entire week. If I can just speak to you guys for the entire week, if I can talk to you guys freely and throughout constantly, then there's no need for me to
We
use
are
social
ready.
media. But another thing is, I'm not.
Yes, we are.
What are we talking about? Yeah, what are the topics? Eventually, you have to talk about something you saw on the internet.
Hey.
I mean, you
Why
talk
not?
about
We're
something
ready
you
for
do.
that as well,
Exactly.
you know?
But how would
You want
I
to be relevant in your
But if I'm
world.
not using my phone,
You know.
We want to be
what if I'm not
relevant.
using my phone? How would I know what's going on the internet? Well, most of the time, when we're talking, sometimes we talk about the Kardashians. How would you know the Kardashians? How would you know the Kardashians? Wait, how do you know the Kardashians existed? Wait, how would you know the Kardashians existed? How do you know the Kardashians existed if you didn't use your phone? If you didn't have a phone, how do you know they existed? You always give me your mothers life lessons. Where did you learn them from?
Not on
From Africa.
Africa, what?
Oh, I would say cut before stop the recording. Before you speak too much. Okay. It's been a wonderful day. Let me just hear your last, just round up. Last word from you.
I think parents should bring in more fun activities for us to do, like while in the time that is now.
Yeah.
More fun activities. Parents, I hope you're listening to them. More fun activities so that they can reduce phone time. Yes. Can we?
Let's read our stuff first.
Okay. Who has the final word?
I'll talk. So you guys should understand our parents' situation. We grew up in a community where I can talk to A when I'm sitting in B. I can move to Z's house even though I don't have a phone. But our generation is different. We have to learn to cope. We have to make them happy. You guys should stream my music.
Jermaine the poet.
Santa Clara.
Santa Clara.
Yes, Santa Clara.
Oh.
Well, I just feel like parents should give us time too. It's not easy. These things are addictive. So they should give us space, give us our time. If you are trying to tell us to reduce it, then tell us how far you want to reduce it. And give us our time to do these things. And all that, because you've made them available to us, then let us use them too.
I think that parents should not restrict their children too much. Allow us to like go out once in a while, even every time. We should go out with our friends, we should like maybe socialize with other people and not just staying at home. I think that will help so much.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It's been awesome time, hearing their view, seeing things from their own point of view.
Yes.
We really do appreciate that. But just like we have said, what we actually want is balancing. Learn to organize your time. Learn to, have such power, such inner power, even to put down your phone at the zenith of your enjoyment,
Yes.
to do something
Self-control.
else. Self-control. If you can develop that, we understand perfectly what you guys are going through, because we've been, even though not in a digital world, but at least we've been once teenager. Do you understand? So we need you to balance things up, especially cultivate more family time.
Yes.
Don't create your individual world in the midst of your family. Do you understand? Try as much as possible to bring us into your world.
Yes.
And just balance and
Make
then
us
develop-
understand.
Exactly. Self-control. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. It's been nice having you guys around. And I believe that parents out there, you have listened to the teenagers. At least you know what they feel and how they feel and their expectation. So what we need to do now is to find a way to balance it to help. Are there alternatives or healthy? Healthy alternatives for them. For them. We can come together as parents, suggest ways of making things better for them because of their own mental health as well. You can't take away the phones completely. You can't take it away completely. So there has to be something that will keep them busy, keep them going. So on this note, I'm going to say thank you, everybody. I hope when I call you again, you will come, because honestly, I can't wait to have you guys back. You're a group of very intelligent teenagers, very intelligent teenagers, and I'm so proud of you. For speaking out your mind boldly. We really appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. I would appreciate your comments, your opinions. Just send it down there. We'll read it and we'll respond. And thank you. Let me talk too much.
All
It's
right.
been nice having you.
Bye.
See you in the next video by God's grace.
All right.
Bye.